Welcome to the Genevieve Kibumba YouTube channel. This time I have advice to stepmothers. One time I talked about a very good stepmother. This time I'm advising another stepmother who is not very good. The word stepmother many times raises hairs on people's heads. It is a common observation that stepmothers are bad people, simply bad. But can't we break that monotony? Can't we break that saying? You stepmother, who made you bad? Were you born bad or were you made bad? It is true, some stepmothers enter the marriage bad. They have a wrong notion that stepchildren are all bad. So they enter the marriage on the defensive even before measuring the temperature of the home. The first look at the children scares the little ones and they start coiling. And when she sees the children coiling, she starts barking. Now that pushes the relationship further and further apart. My dear stepmother, enter the marriage in a neutral gear. Don't react to no action at all. Before you came to that marriage, you knew there were children, so it is not news to you. There is a history of a woman in that home. That also is not news to you. That is the foundation on which you are to build the home you have entered into. Whether you will be loved or not depends on how you treat those children you have found in the home. The husband is looking, the children are looking, and the mother or mothers to those children are also looking. And it is you to play your cards right. Even if these children are old enough to know right from wrong, they may have heard that stepmothers are bad. Don't confirm what they heard. Surprise them by removing the step and you become a mother. Many women's minds are poisoned long before they enter the marriage. They listen to the co-wife story, the stepchildren story, the husband story, all before they enter those marriages. By the time they enter the marriage, they have chosen the direction to take. Dear lady, don't choose, don't generalize before you know it all. So, depending on the advisor, they either win the children or they lose the children. My dear wife, if there are children that you found in that marriage, just love them. Treat them well, because when you produce yours, you will need that your successor treats them well should your marriage fail as it failed with your predecessor. You are the one that has to put a step, that has put a step between you and the children. So it is you to remove that step and be a mother. Even a lion, when treated right, it can be like a pussycat. It will pull out its paws when it smells danger. Don't smell dangerous. Funny enough, you may find the children on the defensive also, but disappoint their expectation and treat them right. Eventually, they will abandon their strategies and love you. You will only win them by love and not by challenge. It is true, you have better tools to fight back, but remember, they have a better position in that home. If anybody is to leave that house, it is you and not them. If anybody is to build that home, it is you and not the children. If anybody is to dam that home, it is you and not the children. That man was looking for an help meet for him, one that would help him to build the home and to raise children the godly way. He thought he had found one in you. Don't disappoint him. By the way, it will be easier for him to chuck you than it was for your predecessor, because he's used to it. Give him reason to keep you. There was one bold man who told his wife these words: "If you will stay in this house, it will be because you love my daughter Janet. If it had not been for my misbehavior, her mother would still be with me in the home. So be careful how you treat Janet. This was supposed to help the wife, but instead it made her hate the stepdaughter to the extreme, and this very thing ruined her marriage. Definitely, the man should not have told her outright, but some men are that bold. My advice is simple. Avoid being a stepmother if you cannot be a good stepmother. If you cannot be a good mother, don't be a stepmother at all. Look for a man without a history, although those men are few. Mother, for the sake of your children, stay in that marriage. You are the one that creates stepmothers by not playing your role. If you had stayed in that marriage, the stepmother would not have come. Be a good mother to your children and be a good wife to your husband. Stay in the marriage and there won't be any stepmother.